Well, good morning once again. Good to be with you. And thank you once again for joining me for our Power Up time today. We had just a great night last night in church. We had a good group of people, and we saw an increase in our attendance from last week to this week. And it's just so exciting to see the Lord's people, and then also it's always exciting to be in the house of the Lord, but with just the new classes for Wednesday night for our summertime, man, it's just been powerful, and I hope everybody has enjoyed it so very much. I know I have enjoyed the time together with the young people, and I'm sure that our adults have as well. We're going to be looking at Psalm 18 today, and we'll pick up kind of where we left off yesterday. Hopefully you're able to catch the video yesterday, and then today, looking forward to see what God has for us there. We'll look at just a couple of verses today. We're going to look down at verse number 4 is where we'll begin. We looked at the first 3 verses yesterday, where David just made some neat statements about his relationship with the Lord. He says, "I will love thee, O Lord, my strength." In verse number 1, he refers to the Lord as his rock, his fortress, his salvation, his strength. He says, "I will trust him." Speaking of the Lord, and then he said in verse number 3 that the Lord is worthy to be praised. And so we see the importance that the important role that God placed in David's life. David wasn't perfect, we know that, but he served a perfect God, and he knew that God was there for him. But it was oftentimes in David's life, it was when David tried to do things on his own. That's when he made the mistakes. When he I don't want to say that he turned his back on the Lord, but when he went under his own power without checking with the Lord first, that's when things kind of went bad for him, different decisions in his life. But I want you to look at verse number 4 as we continue to look through this psalm. Verse number 4 says, "The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me." So we see the dire straits that David found himself in, to where it doesn't seem like there's a way out. It doesn't seem like there's any hope in his life. The sorrows of death are around him. Floods of ungodly men made him afraid. And then it just, the snares of death prevented me. And so David really is in a tough spot. He's really going through some difficult trials. And they're not, and trials aren't brought upon by our mistakes. Sometimes it's just God bringing a trial, allowing a trial into our life. And David had many of them. King Saul wanted David dead. David had problems in his family, to even where his family wanted him dead as well. And so that's the phone right there. So I apologize about that. We'll see what we can do about that in just a moment. So bear with me on this. We'll call back. We'll call back a little bit. So I apologize for the phone ringing, but we'll try to continue here. As we continue, I want you to notice not only David's difficulty, David's trial, but also look at verse number 6. This is where we'll end today. We find David in his great difficulty, verse 6, "In my distress, I called upon the Lord and cried unto my God. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even into his ears." And so David says, in the middle of my difficulty, he says, "In my distress, I called upon the Lord and cried unto my God." David had nowhere else to turn in some of these cases. And so all he could do was turn to the Lord. And there are times in our life where we might find ourselves in those situations. Maybe we get some bad news about our health. And there's nowhere else to turn but to the Lord. But there's nobody greater to turn to but the Lord. Maybe we are experiencing some family difficulty. And we just need to give it to the Lord and allow the Lord to work. Maybe it's a marital problem that we may be going through. We just need to go to the Lord with that problem and seek the Lord's face David says, in my distress, in his difficulty, his trial, what he's going through, I called upon the Lord. And we need to make sure as Christians that the Lord is the first individual that we go to. He says he cried unto his God, and you know what? David says he heard my voice. David was a praying man, and God is a prayer answering God. And David goes to the Lord in his distress and goes to the Lord in prayer, and the Lord heard his prayer. And what a comforting thought that is, that the Lord wants to hear our prayers. I think our problem and my problem is the fact that I don't go to the Lord in prayer enough. And I don't go to the Lord in prayer maybe first even. And so this can be a difficult area for us. We try to figure things out on our own. We try to say, you know what, I can handle this, I can do this. But the Lord says, hey, I'm here. I'm here. Call upon me. I want to commune with you. The Lord says, I want to fellowship with you. I want to bless you. I want to meet your needs. The Bible tells us, we find in the New Testament, you have not because you ask not. And the Lord says that he will give us the desires of our heart as we follow him. And so let's make sure and commune with the Lord. Let's talk with him today. Let's run to him during those times of distress, realizing that the Lord will answer prayer. And we're going to find tomorrow how the Lord answers those prayers in a great way for David. And kind of an exciting read here into Psalm 18. Look forward to getting into that tomorrow. Thanks for joining me today. Sorry about the phone ringing right in the middle of everything, but we'll be sure and get in contact with that individual who called. But I want to encourage you to have a great day today. Stay cool out there. It's supposed to be a little warm. And then we've got some warm weather coming, I think, tomorrow as well. And then some rain this weekend, it's looking like. So enjoy the day today. Live for the Lord today. Be a blessing to somebody today. And tell somebody, if you can, if you have opportunity, let's tell somebody about a Jesus that loves them so very much. Have a great day today, and we'll see you tomorrow.